Hey guys, welcome back to another Asagao Academy. And, so basically last where we left off, KVG randomly just sleepwalked. I guess, I don't know. Okay. Oh, he didn't say anything. He barely seemed to even register that I was there. I waved a hand in front of his face, and his eyes didn't track it. Fake eyes again. Still sleeping. PBG grabbed my waist and pulled him to the ground next to him, snuggling up to me like I was a body pillow. PBG? He sighed in response and threw one of his long legs over my lower body. I was pinned against him centimeters away from his face, his sleeping face. What a cute face. He smiled. In sleep, he looked so tender, so open. It made me want to kiss him. Wait. It made me want to what? PBG, wake up! With that cry, I threw my arms back and punched him hard in the oh, jeez! Oh, jeez, he closed his stomach and rolled off of me. I stood and adjusted my PJs as if nothing happened.
Hana.
What was that for? I'm sorry, but you need to go. What? Why? Because you just do, that's why. I stood there with my arms crossed, face aflame. After looking at me for a bit, PJ seemed to realize where he was. Oh! Oops! Sorry, Hana, you weren't supposed to know that I was here. Were you here all night? Well, it wasn't all night. Sure. I sighed. You didn't need to do that, you know. I wouldn't have been able to sleep if I didn't know whether you were safe. You didn't sleep anyways! Exactly. I smacked my face. Just go. Okay. He started off down the hall, but halfway he paused and turned. Hana? This might sound weird, but I had a dream that we were cuddling on the floor here. That was just a dream, right? Oh, God, no. Hana, I'm sorry, I just forget that happened. He turned and sprinted down the hallway. I stepped back into my room. It was fine to light out, but I was already tired enough to get back to sleep. No, I can't. I smacked my face with my hands, waking myself up. I had an admirer to catch. There was a rustle from Mai's bunk, followed by a thick yawn. You girl. She raised a fist feebly into the air, then let it drop and turned over me. In a second, she was back asleep. As soon as the bell rang, I was on my feet and over to PBG's desk. Hana. Look, it wasn't... I want to catch him. Would never make you uncomfortable... Wait, what? I want to catch whoever's been writing the notes. I'm sick and tired of hiding, but I'm also really scared, and I don't think I can do it alone. Would you be willing to help me? His chest swelled, and he jabbed a thumb at himself.
Yeah!
Of course, leave it to me.
PBG.
Thank you. You should know by now, if you ever need my help with anything, I'll come running. I'll definitely protect you with everything I've got.
PBG.
Joking. But, how are we going to do this? I wiped my eyes and grinned. I have a plan. Hana, you look kind of scary right now. Don't worry, you'll be fine. I'm not trusting Hana here. But let's go somewhere else to discuss it. The walls might have ears. Wait, what? I've never seen a wall with ears. That's just an expression, baby G. Forget it, just come with me. I crouched by the door to my room, listening intently for any movement. PBG was ready and in position. The only thing that remained was the admirer. Would he come? Or did he know something was up? I listened to the clock ticking away. Periodically, I checked the time on my phone. 11:36, 11:55, 12:23. There! Stop! I flung open the door. A tall silhouette stood there, and he saw my face, yelled, and started to run. Too late! The UG came flying around the corner, dashing through the open bathroom door. He lunged at the man in front of me, and both crashed to the ground. Get off! Get off of me! Get off!
No.
Stop moving! Stop! BBG pinned the guy to the ground. Finally, we saw who it was. Luke? But... Why would you... Why would you be doing this to Hana? Why are you trying to hurt her? He's not. I gently pulled PBG's jacket and he moved off of Luke. Luke rolled his shoulders, mumbling angrily to himself. Luke was trying to keep me too distracted to compete in the tournament, weren't you? This is actually really interesting. A surprised look crossed Luke's face, then he smiled. Yeah, it was. I just figured that out. But why? The notes? I thought they would be a pleasant way of distracting you. Everyone likes to have people crushing on them. But it kind of backfired a bit at the end. And it was too deep to go back, so I'm sorry. Too deep. I'm too deep. Yeah. Then to my surprise, Luke started blushing. See, I never meant anything by it, but over time I ended up falling for you.
What?
What?
Exactly. Crazy, right? So I made up my mind. Luke got to his feet, brushing off his clothes. He held out a hand for PBG, who took it and pulled him up as well.
Oh, yeah.
If I beat you in the tournament, PBG, I'm going to confess to Hana. PBG froze, Luke's hand still in his. I looked from one to the other, unsure of what to do. It's up to you how the rest of this plays out. May the best man win, eh? Luke winked. The hell, my mouth. The frick? Then let go of PBG's hand. I stayed there, hovering in the air, like PBG was frozen in ice. I better get a good night's sleep if I want to win. No way I can lose
Catch
now.
you later.
See you tomorrow. PBG, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I didn't see that coming at all. Me neither. To my horror, a blush spread across my cheeks. Do you like him?
What?
Oh, like him? I barely know him. I said this, but PBG looked unconvinced. I pressed my cheeks, trying to remove the flush from my face, but to no avail. Well, I'm not going to lose to him, got it? Yeah, I got it. So even if you want him to win, he's not gonna. Right, yeah. I'm going to win. Me. PBG punched the air.
Yeah.
I joined him. Together we stood there, fists in the air, staring at the ceiling.
Hey, what's up?
So, we found the guy?
Ah!
Yeah. It was Luke, he said. Hana, you should get some rest. And I gotta get out there before someone finds me. Okay. I didn't want him to leave. I felt like there was a misunderstanding, like he'd gotten the wrong idea. And I desperately wanted to clarify it, but why? It wasn't actually that important. Not as important as getting the sleep before the tournament.
Bye.
Okay, I'll see you later.
See ya.
I watched him go, a weird look on her face. What is... like, the way she sounded, it sounded like a freaking anime character or whatever. It reminded me of... Like, for some reason, that sound reminded me of Doraemon. He okay? I guess so. So Luke wants to confess to you. Wait, you heard? Of course I heard. We're in the middle of the hallway and you guys were shouting. I pointed a finger down the hall. Heads were poking out the door, eyes blurry. Hey, do you guys mind shutting the heck up? Kakusi wishes to be invited to this wild party. Sorry. I guess it's good everything got sorted out, though. Now you can get some sleep and kick A tomorrow. Yeah. Mai smiled at me, flipped off the lights. We crawled into our respective beds, and I shut my eyes, trying to sleep. But if everything was solved, why did I feel just as uneasy as before? I should really get some sleep. I woke up to the next day, butterflies flying through my stomach. A tournament. How would things go? Oh, speaking of which, we got like freaking 30 tournament points. How? The tournament. How would things go? I had months of time to prepare, but in the end, I didn't spend much time practicing, especially not compared to Ian. Would I really be able to beat him? I had to if I wanted to join the Normal Boots Club. With these thoughts in my mind, I changed into my Asagao uniform and crept out the door. It was early on a Saturday morning, and after a late night, I wanted to let my sleep. I stepped out into the fresh spring air, taking a deep breath. My event was one of the first to go, so I had to be there earlier than most. Plus, it took a little time to get to Higginbottom. Bana. I set my shoulders and started across the campus. The arcade at which the tournament was being held was much smaller than I expected. I felt like I'd find some cool kind of convention, but instead it was a small local arcade filled with arcade machines. Smaller rooms split off, which probably were the individual. I can't speak. Which were probably where the individual competitions would take place throughout the day. A few people milled about the space, generally older folk in their 20s and 30s. I glanced at the agenda in my hand and made my way to one of the back rooms. When I entered the competition room, I found 2 chairs on an elevated platform, a computer, and a projector sitting between them and hooked up to separate controllers. Ian sat in one of the chairs, looking bored out of his mind.
Good morning.
Ian.
Hey.
Freaking Comic Sans. Okay. Comic Sans, for some reason, like, why do people get upset with Comic Sans? That's my question. I mean, it's not that ugly of a font, is it? It's about time you showed up. I was starting to get worried that you died.
Aw, it's sweet of you to be concerned.
Is it?
Yeah.
I got into the chair next to him. A man came over to check my name and club affiliation. I said I was a member of the Normal Boots Club, a small surge of pride making me sit up as I said it. There were chairs lined up for people to watch us compete. To my surprise, the entire room soon filled. I searched the crowd to find the Normal Boots Club. They were there. Everyone but PPG. Where was he? As I stared worriedly into the crowd, a blur of movement caught my eye. Wick was sitting in a chair on the edge with the rest of the Hidden Blocks Club, waving frantically at me. When he saw me, he gave me a big thumbs up. He even rolled his eyes.
Really?
Would it kill you to root for your own teammates? I giggled. Finally, the lights around us dimmed and projectors started up, showing the main menu of Dumb and Doom's Revenge on the screen. It was time to start. As the MC began his introduction and explained the rules of the game, Ian turned to me and a smirk on his face. Sure you're ready for this?
Yeah.
You bet I am. Ready to go? The man turned to us, Ian and I nodded. Then, 3, 2, 1, start! The game began. I immediately clicked to fill my screen with 2 more lines of blocks. Ian began working with what he had. I scanned the blocks for the pink hearts and eliminating them one by one, making combos where I could. I still wasn't advanced enough to plan tons of combos ahead of time, but I could make it much more likely for combos to happen through probability. The pinks were all but gone. Green leaves were next. Demadoo flipped at the top of the screen. Ian must be comboing, which meant I had a few seconds before those blocks would fall. I set up a combo on the top of the screen and started eliminating the orange blocks below it. Then it happened. A 6-block combo jumped out at me from the screen. My eyes crossed as I stared at it and shocked. I just had to move the top block over one space. And as quickly as I saw it, it vanished. The blocks looked normal again. You're dead! As Ian's blocks fell upon my humble kingdom, I slid the combo into place. 2, 3, 4 combo, 5 combo, 6 combo, 7 combo, 8 combo! Ian's attack converted its blocks and hovered above mine. I set up several more combos and waited for them to fall. 10 combo! Legendary! Doom started farting out rainbows over Ian's zone, and then blocks. So many blocks. They didn't come out in a chunk. They came in a torrential downpour all over Ian's side, slanting from left to right and back again. Ian blinked. His hands and eyes moved frantically over the screen. I wasn't sure he had ever seen something like that before. I sure hadn't. I continued to combo while this was happening, but But at this point, there was no need. Ian's screen filled up. He kept trying to make combos until the very end, but... Game over! That was it. I won. I stared, dumbfounded at the screen in front of me. Ian's mouth hung open. The room was silent. Then...
Whoa!
Yeah, Hana!
Aw, yeah.
I knew you could do it. I glanced up to see the room applauding, all of it, even the hidden block. The announcer was gaping at the screen. I've never seen a score that high. Certain, I was red as a tomato. I stood to climb up the platform. Not so fast. Ian stepped in front of me, grim as always. I braced myself for his infinite sarcasm. To my surprise, he laughed.
Hana.
That was a heck of a game, Hana. That's exactly what I wanted from you. He held out a hand in the air, and I looked at it in confusion. Don't leave me hanging. Oh. I high-fived him, and he clasped his hand in mine. Thanks, Hana. That was fun. Then he disappeared into the pressing crowd. I wriggled my way through all of the people, eager to find PBG. I looked for his head above the rest of the crowd, but I couldn't see him anywhere.
Hana!
There you are! Luke grabbed my shoulder and turned me around to face him. I jumped about a foot back, arms held up defensively. Where are you going? What are you doing, weirdo? Haven't you seen PBG? Our match is in an hour and still hasn't shown up.
What?
I glanced at my phone, dread sinking in my stomach. No way. He couldn't still be asleep because of last night, could he? Thanks, Luke. I got it covered. I dashed away from the arcade and raced across campus. No matter what. No matter what. PBG had to win this round. Thankfully, John left his door unlocked, probably assuming PBG would be leaving soon after him. I burst through the door and found PBG right where I expected him. PBG, wake up! I ran to the side of his bed and grabbed him, shaking him frantically. What? What is it?
You idiot! Your event is in 45 minutes. Get up!
What? You can't lose to Luke. You hear me? You can't! Oh no. PBG sprang out of his bed, fully dressed. My jaw dropped. I was prepared in case this would happen. Come on, let's go! He grabbed my hand and pulled me from the room. Together we ran across the campus. His legs were twice the size of mine, so I could barely keep up. He was practically dragging me there. Did I already miss your event?
Yeah, you did.
I'm sorry. How did you do?
Yeah, I won. Somehow I managed to win.
What?
Really? Hana, that's amazing.
I know, I'm really proud of myself.
And I'm proud of you too, Hana. You should be. We flew across the campus, out through the streets, and into the mall. Actually, I was thinking, I really like playing games. Like a lot, a whole lot. I didn't ever have any plans for my future or passions, really, but I think I want to work with games. I think that's what I want to do. BBG stopped. We both panted. Me doubled over. When I looked up, I realized we were at the arcade.
Hana!
Hana, that's great. I smiled at her.
It's thanks to you, isn't it?
Jeez Louise, we're already 18 minutes in. Oh, crap. I didn't see what PBG said. Whatever you say. PBG smiled at me. For a brief second, I felt like I was floating in air. I was so happy. He looked at me with a steel in his eyes. Hana, I'm not going to lose. What? He clenched his fist. No matter what, I'm going to lose. Wait, no matter what, I'm not going to lose to Luke. Sorry. Not in this match, and not in anything else. Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Good. There are things at stake that are important to me, so no matter what, I'm going to give it my best. Will you be there?
Yeah, of course I will.
That's all I need.
Come on, you need to go. Get signed up.
BBG filled out his registration at the front desk and sprinted to the pinball area. I found Luke already planning at the machine. A woman nearby has told us he was at his last leg. No.
Unfreaking believable.
The ball fell out of his grasp and Luke groaned. A score flashed across the screen. 1,375,200.
You have to beat that? Isn't that a lot for pinball?
It'll be tough, but I think I can do it. PBG approached the machine, stretching out his neck like a professional athlete. The machine had an alien theme. It was pretty cool. Tiny little gray creatures stood in front and gripped it on its base. With a UFO, the ball could enter a NASA spaceship and several other space-themed features. PBG pulled back on the crane and started up the game. I didn't have any sense of how pinball worked as a game. I guess it had something to do with reflexes and angles, something that a person with a knack for math would find fascinating, combined with a good deal of luck. That being said, PBG was good. Really good. I watched him cheered with the crowd as he knocked the ball through various obstacles, his score slowly rising. It was odd, though. There was no place for an alien abduction. You would think with an alien thing there would be an abduction. PBG blew through 1 ball, 2 balls, 3 balls. Finally, he reached his last round, but he was still 300,000 points short. He swallowed, hands hovering over the trigger.
Yay!
PBG, you can do this! I believe in you! Surprise came over his face, and PBG turned around to look at me. He gave me a thumbs up and turned back to the machine. Then he launched the ball. I watched it roll over and into the machine, my hands pressed against my chest. He can do this. He can do this. But as I watched, he ignored the UFO he previously targeted for all his points. Instead, he was shooting the ball at a very top corner of the machine on a blank space. Was he doing this? What was he doing? There wasn't any way to get points there. He waited, concentrating hard as the ball came down, hand poised at the ready. He rolled over onto the flipper just before it fell into the pit below. PBG launched it. It shot up into the right-hand corner, and it disappeared.
What? Where?
An odd beam-like sound emitted, and then the game started lighting up. Secret round! Alien abduction! 500,000 points! Rolled across the screen. My jaw dropped. PBG crossed his arms with a smile. With Luke beat, he played the last round primarily for fun, before finally letting it end. 1,895,800 points. He did it. He won. I flew to him, screaming.
Yay!
You won, PBG, you won!
Yeah!
I did it! I did it! I won! He picked me up and spun me around in a circle, laughing. When he set me down, he spun to face Luke and pointed at him. Ha! You could suck it! Luke held out his hand, a solemn look on his face. What can I say? The better man won. He looked from me to PBG, beaming. I guess Hana will get what she deserves this way. Yeah, she will. Pardon? PBG colored and looked away. Luke laughed. Don't worry about it. You're perfect. I cocked my head in confusion, but Luke just laughed and left. PBG, what did he... PBG grabbed my hand and pulled me away from the arcade. We've got to tell the guys the good news. Oh yeah, boy! Okay. We found the Normal Boots Club in the arcade, watching Paul and Joss go head-to-head in Cano Fighter. They saw us coming.
All right!
Hana, you did it! Jared raced towards me and pulled me into a hug. Everyone else crowded around, trying to pat me on the head or give me a high five. I know you had it, Enya.
Copacetic.
You set a new high score for this division. Did you realize that?
Really?
Really?
All right.
That combo rate is pretty difficult to do, so it's rare to ever see it happen. The MC was stunned. Did you see his face? He mimicked the guy's face, looking like a portrait of the screen.
You're the best.
We're really happy for you. It was a few seconds before the others realized PBG was there too. Oh yeah. How'd it go, peeps? PBG flipped his hair and gave a dramatic thumbs up. I did it. I beat him.
All right.
Oh, great.
Huh.
Yeah. Good job, man.
That's
That's it? We didn't expect you to lose. After all, you're part of the Normal Boots Club. At those words, I raised a hand. Paul pointed at me.
What's up?
Yeah, Hana? What is your question?
So, does this mean I get to join the Normal Boots Club?
What are you talking about? Get to join the Normal Boots Club. VJ slid an arm around my shoulders and pulled me towards him in a one-armed hug.
Yeah!
You've been a member for forever.
Hana.
We're glad to have you, Hana. I glanced at all the members' smiling faces. Except for Shane. He was standing quietly to one side. When I made eye contact with him, he sighed.
Well...
Guess it wouldn't be too bad having you around.
Yay!
Yes! Thank you! The tournament continued as the rest of us hung around in the main arcade area, playing games and cheering each other on. Members peeled off one one at a time for their events. Satch, then John, then Shane. The last people to leave or continue in their three-man tag team. We watched them, hearts in our throats. Finally, they came back, and it was time to announce who had won the tournament. The Hidden Block Club and Normal Boots Club stood around the MC, who tallied the scores in for us. Finally, he cleared his throat. The winner of the 2015 Southwest tournament is the Normal Boots Club! We did it! We descended into the stage in a swarm of happiness. The poor MC didn't know what hit him. He was surrounded by a group of cheering, mosh-pitting teenagers. He held up the trophy with one hand. PBG grabbed it, and the MC crawled out from underneath us. We would like to thank all of our friends, family, and fans for their support. We literally could not have done this without you. And we have an announcement to make. We've got a new member. Introducing Hana Mizuno. The crowd clapped politely as I walked to the front of the stage, bowing compulsively.
Hello. I'm Hana Mizuno. I'm glad to be here.
As I cheered, I felt something heavy and soft fall over my shoulders. I grabbed it, then gasped. BBG stood over me, beaming. Welcome to the Normal Boots Club, Hana.
My very own Normal Boots jacket. Thank you all.
So cute. Okay. BBG and I stepped into the small races by ourselves. I could finally breathe. The two clubs were now celebrating together, as if there was never a division between them. To be honest, I felt there hardly was one. The tournament was more for a show than anything. It was like a whirlwind of stress, and now that was over, I was exhausted. I was prepared to look at this tournament like a distant memory, a happy, beautiful memory. I have to say, that was unexpectedly fun. Did you think it wouldn't be? Alright guys, surprisingly, jeez Louise, 27 minutes? That was short. Anyways, I gotta say, gonna try for Spoozoo, and see you guys next video. I think next time is going to be the finale, so yeah.